Uprising. Welcome to today's show. I want to just do a little video on some of the stuff that's been going on in America. Obviously, I can't go into great detail about it, but I want to remind you, you can check out my website at callforuprising.com. There's very detailed videos, there's very detailed forums where people are posting things, great information, everybody's sharing and interacting with each other. And there's certainly some interesting things that have come out of some of the events that we've seen recently occur. But I want to start with the repetition. The repetition from these late night TV show hosts who I consider influencers. They are there to give you the same talking points over and over and over, to influence you in the same direct manner. And after anything occurs in this country, they all get the same talking points. They come out, and it has an impact on people because these are the comedians. They're supposed to be the funny guys. And look, they're being all serious. So let's pay attention and listen to what they have to say. And they get all choked up and emotional. And they make these demands. So look at the comment. I mean, it's almost like they're all reading off the same exact script, which they are. So here are Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, and James Corden. All, of course, are the late night TV hosts who are paraded around and shoved down our throats, talking about what needs to change in America.
Thank you for joining us. After another weekend of sadness and outrage in the United States, we had 2 more mass shootings. Again, our leaders in one party in particular are offering not much more than their thoughts and their prayers. And, I was thinking and praying about it. And both parties say one thing, that we're too divided. And this is something we hear a lot, that we need to find something we can agree on. Well, here's something we can agree on. Too many people are being shot with high-powered weapons. I think we agree on that. Bipartisan bill to require background checks for gun purchases at gun shows. There are 2 bills, each written by Democrats and Republicans together, because background checks, something we agree on, blame the fake news, and later he and some other Republicans blame video games. And of course, there are 0 studies that link video games to gun violence. And they play video games all over the world. This is the only place where this happens regularly. Video games have not been linked to gun violence, but you know what is linked to gun violence? Guns are linked to gun violence. The problem isn't fake news. And offer words of condolence to the people of Dayton, Ohio, which he calls Toledo.
May God bless the memory of those who perished in Toledo.
Yeah, nobody perished in Toledo. It was Dayton, they're different cities. And by the way, the word Toledo, if you'll see here, wasn't even in the teleprompter.
But the Republicans in Congress would rather maintain their power than save lives, making 4 mass shootings in America in the last week alone. 255 in 2019 so far. Now, this is every time this happens, we go, hey, we should have sensible gun legislation. Everybody wants sensible gun legislation.
May God bless the memory of those who perished in Toledo.
Okay. All right, wrong city, but don't worry, sir. It's not like Ohio's that important in presidential elections.
These are the hardest nights to do a show like this. We're still grappling with what happened this weekend in El Paso and Dayton, where 31 people lost their lives. It's tough to know what to say after something like this. There are no words that can make it easier. All we can say is that the victims and their families and everyone in Dayton and El Paso are in our hearts tonight. And to anyone whose background has made them a target of prejudice or hate or violence, or anyone who feels that they may not be welcome in this country, you can call your local representative, you can go to a protest march, you can donate to a charity that fights for common sense gun laws, and vote. You can vote. It all helps. It's the only way we can make things better, and we can be better.
Tonight in Ohio and Texas, there are children going to bed without their parents, their loved ones, simply because they went back to school shopping at a Walmart or wanted to grab a drink with a friend at a bar. Until we really confront this issue and have politicians with the moral courage to face the gun epidemic, the only thing that's going to change is the location of the next mass shooting and the number of casualties.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't seem like, it didn't seem like they all are trying to make the same demand at the same points. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is why repetition is so important to mind control, because no matter where you are, they're giving you the same one approach narrative, where there's no questioning, there's no debating. It has to be this, it has to be this, it has to be this. This is the only way, this is the only way, this is the only way. And that's exactly what you hear in the news. That's exactly what you get taught in school, that this is it, this is it, this is it. And they beat it into your head with repetition over and over and over, so it stays ingrained in you. And that's what makes it so hard to wake other people up. Now, one thing I wanted to show everybody, which I showed over on my website, but I felt I could show it to you here. I think it will be a big thing. So, obviously, we have the guy in Ohio. He, of course, I'm sure some of you have seen, he's wearing the shirt from Black Craft Cult, which I've exposed many times over. You know, you have the WWF wrestlers wearing the Baphomet stuff, all this just disgusting clothing line that they have promoting Satanism and the occult and mocking Christianity and mocking Jesus Christ. And he's wearing the shirt, of course, with the Baphomet on it. But what's also interesting is that all this stuff always connects to the things that I talk about, that other people talk about here on YouTube. And that is this guy's Twitter handle. Okay, you can see him on Twitter. You know, the stuff that they released in the news. Look at his wallpaper on his Twitter account. It's Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You know, the movie about Hunter S. Thompson, the movie about adrenochrome. I've covered it before. And how most of you are already familiar with adrenochrome and how important it is to the elites. Well, here's a clip from it.
Adrenaline gland from a living human body. Adrenaline gland from a living human body. I know. The guy didn't have any cash to pay me. He offered me human blood, said it would take me higher than I'd ever been in my life. But I was kidding. I told him I'd just as soon have an ounce or so of pure adrenochrome. Or maybe just a fetch adrenaline gland. Child molested. He swore he didn't do it. Why should I fuck with children, he said. They're too small. Satan is a creep. Child molested. He swore he didn't do it. Why should I fuck with children, he said.
Now you tell me, is this all just a big coincidence? Why do all these dots always connect back to the stuff that we talk about? Isn't that interesting? I mean, it's just fascinating, to be honest, but I can't go into any more detail about this for obvious reasons, because you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to question anything. You're not allowed to connect dots. You're not allowed to show anybody things that you find. You're only allowed to go with the narrative that is given to you. That is the new America that we live in. Donald Trump has even come out and talked about arresting people for pre-crime if the government deems them dangerous to be, you know, it's like, you know, if you have a difference of opinion, suddenly you're dangerous. Suddenly you're going to go and you're going to, you know, be involved in some kind of event, or you're going to cause people to be stirred up to do something like the supposed guy at Comet Ping Pong did. It's all because they're afraid of the movement that is occurring. People are waking up to the bullcrap. People are seeing through it. They're seeing repetition. They're seeing one-sided narratives. And they're scared to death of all of us. So don't give up the fight. Don't give up the hope. Because we are making a difference. I know there's people who are like, well, we have to do more. Well, what more are you going to do? Take it to the streets so then they can frame you and say that we're all carrying, you know, I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid because the most important thing in the awakening process is waking people up, because there's more of us than them. And these things like this can start waking people up because they see that it's a one-sided theme, it's a one-sided narrative. They can see the repetition being used on them. And that's why I constantly am trying to show everybody this stuff. So please, if you haven't joined the website, it's acallforanuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. Videos, podcasts, 24-hour live chat, forums, direct messaging with each other. You can constantly interact with each other. It's a really good site. Things have been going really smoothly on it recently, and well, so far since it started. And I hope to see you guys over there, because unfortunately, I don't know how long they're going to allow me to post on here. I'm trying not to leave anybody, you know, behind here on YouTube, but they're making it pretty impossible to talk about anything that has relevance. So please check out the website if you haven't already. Become a member. Thank you for those of you who are. Thank you for the patrons out there. Continue to support the channel. You guys are the best. I really do care about you. Love you guys all. and appreciate the support constantly. God bless you and your families.